Hi, I'm Pig, and I'm with Klepto of HPK Video Blogs, and we're going to do a quick rundown of Prototype. It's a really neat action platform, free roam type of game, and the basic story is you're this man, Alex Mercer, and you work for this company, and they develop this virus, and Alex steals it, and he becomes infected with the virus. Now, the virus has been weaponized by the military, and they have accidentally released it into New York. And as you can see, there are many, many infected people. In fact, what we're in right now is an infected zone. Now, there are also military zones, where there are military bases. Alex has a very early version, a controlled version of this virus, and it allows him to do some very unique abilities. He has offensive abilities, like the muscle mass, which increases his strength greatly, and he has also defensive abilities, like the armor. Now, each weapon and defensive ability has their drawbacks and they have their advantages. While in armor, you may take much more damage, but you can't glide. And you run a little bit slowly. As you can see, Alex is just plowing through cars left and right. But when Alex removes his armor, he runs faster, and if he runs at a car, it automatically jumps the car. Now, Klepto's taking some damage, so he's going to glide and try to get away from the military for a second. And he has the ability to become anyone. That's one of the biggest things. You can absorb people and become anyone. Like right now, since he doesn't look like Alex Mercer, the military won't even care about him. He can do many things before they notice that he is actually Alex Mercer. And if he gets enough time, strike teams come if he's noticed. And there are 3 helicopters, and they'll come and they'll try to kill you. Alex will actually have to fight them or run and hide. That device that was beeping, that is a genetic, identifier. If he walks near it, it's beeping. They know that he is Alex. And now it's just triggered a strike team. Now the whole military knows where Alex is. So Klepto's going to have to try to escape from the military, glide away, get into an infected zone, kind of slow them down so he can hide. And now he's back as Alex Mercer. Why don't you find a military unit and pick him up? Because each person has their own unique things. Like if he finds a military person, he can take them and grab them. So here's a military unit. Now he's going to run up this building so he won't be noticed. And now he's going to absorb the military unit. Just like that. Or was that failed?
That was unfortunately a fail, yeah.
Unfortunately he failed, so he still has his street guy. You can also be women. Oddly, there are no children in this version of New York. But New York is very expansive, and you're in Manhattan primarily, so it's like Spider-Man 2 size if you ever played that. Here we go. Now he's going to absorb him, and now Alex will become that military soldier. But he's noticed, so he has to change back into Alex Mercer. So once it cools off, why don't you show them the military base as how they react to when you're a soldier? Because, like I said, every character has their own advantages. They're not going to detect him as quickly, and if he was disguised as a civilian, they would shoot him. He snuck in, and he has this, he has an advantage over them, because they don't know who he is. Now why don't you head to one of the infected zone and show them some of the more, some of the different offensive abilities. Your character can be upgraded in many ways using evolution points, or EP. And you collect EP by doing very dangerous things, such as hijacking helicopters, hijacking tanks, killing infected, and killing hunters. Now, on his HUD, he sees that there's a man with a brain. This man is linked somehow to Alex's past. So he can pick him up and get up somewhere so he's not noticed and absorb him. And now it'll go in, and he does a more brutal absorption when it's one of these people. And it'll go into this thing called the Web of Intrigue. And it'll show something about Alex's past.
There were 14 aborted attempts to hope children, but only the final result, Pariah, survived. What if this is the start of change on a massive scale?
As you can see through that Web of Intrigue, there's some information about Hope, which is a town in Idaho, and this is where this viral project was started around many years ago. Now he has this dial, pull up the dial again, and these are all of Alex's powers. He has the whip, the muscle mass, the hammer fist, the claws, and the blade. And then he also has different vision modes, like infected vision. As you can see, Alex glows white because he is infected. Those glowing red dots that just got blown up by a tank are infected people. Now Alex can turn this on and off at will by using the D-pad. Pressing down is your defensive powers, and pressing up is your selected offensive power. As Klepto is showcasing, you can combine many different powers, defensive and offensive. And you can also do something called the power cutscene. Show them the power cutscene. The holding it down. Yeah, by holding down one of the D-pad buttons, you get a pretty epic cutscene, if we can do it. There you go. You get a nice little cutscene of him pulling out his powers. It also happens with the armor and, everything else. Now, powers can only be used when you're in your Alex Mercer form. They can't be used when you're disguised, which is a little bit of a drawback to us. Now, there are plenty of buildings to climb up with, and this game has some great little things in it. All the locations, the billboards, there are plenty of achievements for this game. And, we're reviewing this on Xbox 360. It's available for PC and I think PS3. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. For graphics, we gave it a 9. For gameplay, we gave it a 10. And for sounds and sights and camera, we gave it a 7.5. Sometimes the camera is a little unresponsive and a little annoying. Like if you're trying to lock on to one enemy specifically, it'll lock onto a different one and kind of mess up your aim. We found that the powers and, your different attacks are very unique. And we really liked some of the finer points like hijacking and the gliding and the parkour. Overall, we give this game a 9.9 out of 10. Hopefully they can try to fix the camera issues that we had, a more selective target, but overall it's a great game and you should definitely buy it. This is HPK Video Blogs for now, signing out.